Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the State Palace Theater. Great venue here in New Orleans for tonight's main event. Scheduled for 12 rounds of heavyweights between these two great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the Brown Bomber. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, Big George Форман.
All right, guys, remember, obey my commands at all times. All right, let's have a good, clean fight.
The opening bell of this scheduled 12-rounder here. A much-anticipated fight. Round one underway. Teddy, the expectation in a matchup like this, a power puncher versus power puncher, is that the fight's not going to last long. But what if it does? Then what?
The guy with less power is going to win because he's a guy that has a reserve in a place that he's ready to go to in case the power is not there.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counterpunch.
Yeah, you see the counterpunch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he...
Oh, and there you go. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. There it is. George Foreman's absorbing a left hand. He was stunned, but now he's surviving. Good defense, just covering up down low. Holy cow! He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Oh, look at that. He's hurt. But hey, I give him credit. He's smart enough to know what to do now.
Yeah, the referee needs a crowbar to separate him.
He went from almost being knocked out to being right back in it. George Foreman starting to show some swelling. His corner should ice that down. It's been a recent trend, Teddy, where we've seen in the heavyweight division a lot of Eastern Europeans dominating. Why do you think that is?
Same thing in basketball. I don't think they're the better athletes, but you know what? There's an urgency. There's a real hunger. This is their opportunity. The fight is over here, and the basketball players, for that part, they have too many options here. Over there, they make the most of it, and fundamentally, they're very sound.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Bombers got some swelling that's now starting to show. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. So they come to the end of the round in what has been an all-out action fight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a debate right here, and each guy is fighting to get the last word in.
Blocks that belt line well. Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Foreman's showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch. Finds his target again. There it is! Oh, he is absolutely affected by that right hand. Never saw it coming. Worst kind of right hand you can catch. He should tie up here. Good defensive skill. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. Those uppercuts that George Foreman was able to land on Joe Frazier and winning the heavyweight title, they were lifting Joe Frazier off the ground.
You know, Joe Frazier, because of his style, as terrific as he was made to order for George Foreman.
Great movement to get away from those punches. Very nice defensive guard there. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. George Foreman's found the punch that'll always excite a crowd, and that's that straight hand, that power shot. You can see it coming, and there it is.
Well, he must be pretty happy that he's got an opponent that throws all wide, all round punches, because straight beats round.
How about that? Another right hand. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Last 10 seconds. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
He missed with that headshot. A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Big George Foreman, originally from... Oh, and there you go. The Brown... And he is hurt by that uppercut. He is down on the floor. So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But, Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
A good block. Good counter punch. There's another left hand from him. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Way to block there. Good work with the combination, putting his punches together, and it's paying off.
Yeah, it is paying off. You know, the first couple didn't get there, but he caught him on the back end.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Keep your distance. Range. Keep working the body.
How about a return to sender with the left hand? And yet another jab lands. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
And the round comes to an end. We did have a knockdown in that round. Now, Teddy, if you're in the corner where your man was down on the floor, what are you telling him?
Well, the first thing that I do is I sit him down, I get water on the back of his neck. You know, I bring him to a sense, I make sure that he's clear and everything, and then I tell him why he got his backside put on that canvas so he can correct it, and he doesn't go out there and get caught again with the same punch.
Wow, is he defensively sound. Blocks that punch. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. You know, you go out there, a fighter like this, you were just knocked down in the last round. Now you got to go out there, you got to prove to your opponent, hey, I'm fine. You got to prove to the whole arena, hey, look at me, I'm fine. You also have to prove a lot to yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you have to remember, that's a good question, but you have to remember this fighter has been there before. So just remember, I have dealt with it before. And then you have to beat David Copperfield. A little bit of a magician, a little smoke and mirrors, and con your opponent. Let him think you're all right. Let him think you even want to fight when really you just want to buy a little time.
George Foreman, of course, took part in one of the most famous fights of all time, the Rumble in the Jungle. What could he have done differently to have changed that outcome?
Nothing. Ali got into his head. That Ali made him believe that he could not beat him. That Ali made him believe that he had to submit. Because for years after that, days and hours and years, he had to deal with the knowledge that he gave in to a guy who was more together mentally than he was.
Good job protecting himself. Final 10 seconds. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. And there he counters back against his opponent. End of this round. Joe and Teddy sitting ringside with you. It gives us time to reflect on the bigger picture of boxing. You know, it's interesting. We had a fan walk up to you earlier today and say, hey, I know you learned everything from the legendary Cus D'Amato, the great trainer. And he said to you, what's the one thing you took away from all your years with Cus? What did you say to him?
Well, it wasn't a paycheck, I'll tell you that much, because Cus didn't believe in paying you for that. He said you're going to college, you're getting a valuable education, and you're not even being forced to pay a tuition. So I understood that. We worked 7 days a week, so there was no union. Cus believed in working on Sundays, so you couldn't go complain and say I'm being overworked. But I think, seriously, that the most important thing that I learned, of course, that from a technical standpoint, you have to be really secure in those areas. No matter how much talent a fighter has, you have to teach them right, teach them the fundamentals, but mentally. You have to understand that a fighter's really always under fear. And you have to understand those dimensions, those parameters, and you have to be able to find a way to get in there, understanding how he feels mentally and understanding how that can impair his judgment, stop him from doing simple physical things.
Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Foreman's favorite punch is the jab, and tonight he's loving it.
Well, the jab is the table setter, Joe, and he set a beautiful table tonight. Napkin on the left, you know, small fork on the left, knife on the right, and the food right in the middle. And he's eating all night.
You taking some English etiquette classes?
You getting hungry?
We come to the end of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Well, it's a very closely contested fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been, Joe, but it's going to be up now to the judges. Hopefully they have their eyes wide open because they're going to have to look really closely, not just at the action overall, but who's landed the cleaner, more effective punches.
He's got to know that the eye's getting worse. The swelling is really more pronounced right now, but I don't see any defensive changes.
And you know what? I don't see any urgency either. You just touched on it. I don't see him where he's starting to get to the place where, you know, he's firing at the kind of rate that you would want to see a guy firing back at when he's in such a perilous position right now. He has to know that this fight is close to being stopped. He's got to start acting like a guy that's at the cliff, and he doesn't want to go over that cliff.
Wow, is he defensively sound. Doubles up the jab. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. I don't know how they are keeping this up. They are setting such a scorching pace of action in this fight. The ground bomber's got to deal with a cut cheek. In bad shape. Oh, George Foreman is hurt here, and he's going to look to waste some time and gather some strength by hugging his opponent.
And that's what he's going to do, is use that strength. And you just said it, Joe. Use it to hug him so tight that the referee has to come in there with a crowbar to separate them.
10 seconds to go in this round. And we are underway for what is the second half of this fight. Who knows what we're in store for? Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. blocks it away.
Up and down, side to side. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Blocks that belt line well. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
At the halfway point of round 7. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Putting his punches together, landing 2 shots there. George Foreman's now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter. And that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
Foreman's nose has started to bleed. Combination to the head. Foreman dismisses that with a block. Able to defend and then go on the offensive.
Use a jab. Watch. Keep working the body.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round. George Foreman blocks that punch.
Let it go. Use your feet.
What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision. Where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Good-looking counterpunch. He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following him around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
George Foreman's got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Nice combination there. Nice block by Foreman. That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. What a fight. What a great, non-stop action fight this has been. How about that exchange? He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. Protecting his head well with his guard. George Foreman's learning a real hard lesson here, and it's that a corner man can only do so much when you're dealing with this amount of swelling around the eye.
Yeah, you have that end swell in the corner. Of course, it's a piece of metal that you put in ice. It gets very cold. It retains the cold, and you place it on the swelling. But once it gets started, as you alluded to, Joe, it's tough to stop it. You got to get that ice or get that end swell on it early on before that swelling gets started, before it gets to this kind of place.
We come to the end of the round. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. And looking up at these corners, you can see the cutmen obviously getting to work as they do after every round. What makes a great cutman?
Well, he's got to have the right medicines, the right coagulants to stop that. Usually Avitine, thrombin, adrenaline. But the most important thing, Joe, is he has to be calm. He has to be able to identify where that cut is. Maybe there's more than one cut. So you got to be calm enough to see the whole picture, the whole landscape, clean it off, put pressure on it, get that medicine in there, keep your fighter from getting excited. And then you need a fighter who's going to get on his reels a little bit, give the medicine a chance to work.
Nice block by Foreman. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Putting him in position against the ropes. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Big block by Big George. Very accurate work. Three-punch combination serves him well. Foreman dismisses that with a block. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Boy, that's a big gash there on the cheek. Good defensive skill. The Brown Bomber's eye is nearly swollen shut here, Teddy. This thing gets much worse. He's not going to be able to defend himself properly.
No, it is up to his opponent and his opponent's corner to throw the punches that can take advantage of that. The right hands.
We could see a stoppage here. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? Does it depend on each guy?
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Let's get on this one. Get the compress on it.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Well, he's told us all along the strategy is to fight on the outside. He cannot be smothered like that. That's why you see him pushing away. Oh, that's gotta hurt. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments.
Come on, guys, work it out.
Foreman's
Work it
mounting
out,
a
no
comeback
holding.
here, Teddy. Things were going against him. Now the tide is turned.
Good things come to those who wait or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
Great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Good-looking counterpunch. And another shot comes in. Big block by Big George. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. One minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. Able to dismiss it. Oh, and there you go. He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Forman's showing some real guts here. Hey, this fight was not going his way at all, but somehow he has gathered momentum.
Yeah, he behaved like a fighter. He got through the tough times, and now guess what? Good times in front of him.
He is stunned. He could go down. And there's the bell. He is saved by the bell. Oh, boy, Teddy, he's in a world of hurt now. Only 60 seconds in front of him.
And you know what? Less than 60 seconds. It took him 5 seconds to get him on that stool. So right now, they can't concentrate just on telling him things, and he needs to be told why he got hit. But they got to get ice on him, and they got to, right now, they have to revive him.
Targeting that head and landing with a bomb. He reaches the count of 10. That's it. Knockout.
Never saw the punch coming.
Let's get the official particulars and send it up to our ring announcer. He's your winner by knockout victory.
I feel like I just came out of the movie theater, Joe, and I did not expect that ending.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.